What do you mean? I only have a younger sister. That's it. According to the documents, on December 2nd, 2002, a boy by the name of Mason Reynolds was born. You sure this isn't just another family? Simon isn't lying about this. I've only ever met his sister. Our documents attested that Mason and Simon come from the same family. I wouldn't lie about this, but I'm sorry if this comes to a shock to you. Simon, do you think your younger sister knows about your brother? I would doubt it. If Mason was born in 2002, my sister would only be 2 years old and I would be 6. Can I have tests done? I want to actually see the actual evidence that we are related. You have to heal first. You have to come back in the next 10 days to get your head stitches and arm stitches removed. We can do testing then. I'll be back shortly, but I have to go attend to other patients now. I doubt we're related. My stepmom and dad didn't even want my sister and I, so I don't understand why they would want another. You think so? If that's the case, then who is this Mason then? Not my problem. Whether we're related or not, I'm sure he's fine. Probably just enjoying his life. I mean, he's not me, so he can't be struggling that bad. How have you been since last week? I heard you got into an accident. Yeah, I got in an accident. And out of all the ways, it was an object that beat me. The hospital called for me to give them information on you. And I heard you were hit in the head with a mirror? How did that happen? Well, after my therapy session that day, I went home and I just took a nap for the whole day. When I woke up, it was around 10 p.m. And I thought about just going back to bed because I had work the next morning. But I thought I had slept in enough, and I thought, you know what, I need to go socialize. So I went out to a bar. I don't really drink because it just reminds me of what my stepmom and my dad did most of their life, but I was incredibly blackout drunk. When I got home, I got to my room, and I just kind of stumbled around. I had found my way to my mirror, surprisingly. I was looking at my mirror with the words worthless and disappointment going through my mind and out my mouth. It was just like those moments when my father, stepmom, and other parents would call me. I was so drunk, I didn't even care what I was saying, I guess. I guess I was also pretty senseless too, because I ended up kicking the bottom part of my mirror, which caused my arm to get all scraped up, and which has caused the stitch. Because I was so senseless, I did not feel myself getting cut by the shards of the mirror, and I also did not hear the mirror starting to fall on me. Once the mirror hit me, I was out for a good 10 hours. I'm so sorry about your accident. That must have been physically and mentally painful to experience. Do you think you are worthless or a disappointment? I do feel that way sometimes. When you're told that so many times, I feel like you either take it or leave it, and I took it. Why did you exactly? Was there a reason why you were called those words? I was called those words because to them, I did something wrong. It only occurred to me recently that why I was called those words was because when I started to move to a different house, I stopped trying. I was so hurt in my life from losing my mother and having my father and my stepmom abuse me. I didn't get help, and nor did I ask for it. This had caused me to stop sleeping, stop eating, stop talking, and I almost dropped out of school because I had started to give up on everything. These other adults didn't know what was wrong with me, and I think that's because I stopped communicating. If I'm being honest, I don't think I was ever taught how to communicate. Can you explain what you mean by you were never taught to communicate? I was never taught how to love, how to care, how to learn from right and wrong. I wasn't taught how to handle my emotions. Do you have any feelings for your parents at this moment while we are discussing about them? I know we've talked about them before, but bringing this up now, do you want to share your feelings? Yes. They were individuals who were never taught love as well. They were not good examples for their own children. How do you feel that now that you've told me? I can see that you're crying. I feel like I've been cheated. At the start of my life, they were supposed to show me how to live, but they didn't. And now I'm 24, a middle school science teacher, gay with a boyfriend, and I'm only now learning how to live. I understand if you don't see it now, but if you do, then I'm so glad. It takes a lot of time to heal, and you are doing what anyone else would do. You are still living and doing your best. What I'm saying is, you've come a long way within the past 6 months. We never stop growing, and our feelings for certain things won't stop either. You are a survivor who has fought a tough battle, and you still are. I know there won't be a thing you can't do. Yeah, I'm going back to the hospital on Sunday to get my stitches out, and I'm also going to have some tests done on me. Well, I'm glad you're healing well then. What test will be run on you? Well, I wasn't going to bring this up because I don't know what will happen, but after doctors looked at my documents to find records, they may have found a document on a family member I have never thought I had. Really? Who is the family member? The doctors think it's my brother, but I think they have it confused. I'm the one who saw everything in that household. Oh my, that must be shocking. Do you think if you are related, do you think your dad and stepmom hid him from you and your sister? I don't know. While in the hospital still, I thought it was maybe my actual mom's child, but I doubt it, because my dad and stepmom already hated my sister and I, so I don't understand why they would take in a third child. Honestly, I never knew how my mom couldn't gain custody of my sister and I. My mom was the one to divorce him after he physically, mentally, and sexually abused her along with his cheating. Once my mom gave him the divorce papers to sign, I woke up in a smaller, less clean house with my sister, my dad, and stepmom. I never saw my mom again. My dad never spoke about her, and if either my sister or I asked, we would be beaten horribly. I'm sorry you're dealing with this right now. It must be a struggle. I'm here if you want to talk, and I'll be here to help you through these times. Thank you.